I'm Morgan from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a look at the tomtoc Aviator-T37 travel crossbody bag, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, hit subscribe so that we can continue making content that helps you travel smarter. Let's jump in. So the exterior is made from a 400D polyester and has a ripstop like grid fabric to it, which is pretty comfortable. It gives the bag like a little bit of texture. The size and compact nature of it also makes it fairly easy to hold in the hand, kind of like a clutch. Let's see, the zippers are also pretty smooth as well, even around the corners. And the main compartment zippers are actually lockable. There you go. So you can feed like a small lock in there, which makes it ideal, especially for traveling. And there are also these nice zipper or pull tabs. And so like I never actually felt that they were necessary, but they do kind of just give you like a secure place to like grip the bag. And there's one on both sides for the main compartment as well. These also work nicely for like attaching gear as well. So like you could hang like a carabiner off of any one of these pretty easily. The branding is pretty minimal with just this, with tomtoc's logo here on the front and a similar logo here on the back on a little tab. And then at the top, there is like a nylon grab handle, which is pretty minimal and doesn't have any kind of foam core or padding to it, but it does a really good job if you just want to kind of maneuver the bag. Or I found I would throw this into a larger bag and then just kind of pull it out by its handle. And that like wasn't when I was like holding it like a clutch basically. As for the harness system, they have 2 dedicated attachment points on the back, and you have a triangular carabiner that is pretty strong and very durable that connects to here, and then that's basically how you can carry it. I did find that in order to ensure that this strap wasn't like twisted or tangled, it did take a little bit of configuration just to get it like most optimal and comfortable for like how I prefer to wear it. But because it's fully removable, the adjuster, you can, depending on which side you wear it, whether it's your left or your right, you can adjust it so that this is either in the front or in the back, depending on what you prefer as well. And the material is a nice seatbelt-like material, so it feels very comfortable and it's very smooth. And it's also like a little bit denser than what I originally would have expected for such a smaller bag. So I found it to be like a really comfortable carrying experience. So this is what it looks like on. It has like, looks basically just like a pouch, and I really appreciate how it kind of conforms, and it, as you can kind of see, it like literally sits pretty flush. Like it's not super long and it's not super wide. And so especially thanks to the orientation and like the placement of these attachment points on the back, it really sits up against the body nicely so that it's not like protruding or sticking out. And so depending on like what I'm doing, I would either wear it behind like this or just kind of on the side, and it's super easy to just bring to the front in order to like get in, get out, and then like whip it back around. Taking a look inside the bag, on the front there is a front zippered compartment here, and inside there's not a lot of organization. It's just kind of like a quick access pocket, as you can see there. And so inside I just have a bunch of hand sanitizers and a lip balm. And so then also here at the, 2 lip balm apparently, okay. And here connected to the side is a key leash, and this has a pretty durable metal clip right here, and it spins, which is also pretty convenient, I'd say. And it's attached using just like a simple nylon webbing. I found that I typically like to wear this a little bit longer, and so even with my keys attached, I had no issues using this or using my keys to unlock my door with it attached. but it is also pretty easy to undo. So depending on like your preferences and how you like to wear it and where your door is, it may be easier to just unclip them, but I found it to be pretty convenient to just use the key and then throw it back inside without any issues. On the back, somewhat inconspicuously hidden rear pocket right here, and it's just like a standard slip pocket. It's got like a decent amount of space to it, and it goes all the way down and takes up the full length and width of the back panel. I found this to be especially helpful when like I wanted to free up my hands, so I would slip my phone in here and it would just sit up against my body, so it was like I knew it was there and didn't have to worry about anybody like trying to like pick it. Passports also work really well in here in these back pockets, or like probably like a slimmer wallet, just because this pocket doesn't offer like a whole lot of expansion to it, so it might, like a thicker or more bulkier wallet might bulge out a little bit and be slightly uncomfortable. Taking a look at the main compartment with dual zippers that go almost all the way down to the bottom, as you can see here. It's a nice added touch are these gussets here on both sides, which kind of just ensure that nothing falls out and that it doesn't like open too much. And so this was very reassuring, especially like when I was like out and about. I didn't have to worry about like my AirPods slipping out of the side or anything like that. Towards the back here, there is a nice large slip pocket where I have my phone. And this also can store like passports. I think you can store between like 4 to 6 passports here pretty comfortably. On the side is a dedicated pen loop for a writing utensil or a stylus. And then in front is a nicely stretchy, meshy pocket for just like a little bit of extra organization. I would sometimes store like my wallet in here. And then on the opposite side, there is a RFID protected zippered pocket right here. And so inside I just have 2 driver's license, and you can also, I would typically store like credit cards or debit cards in here if I didn't want to bring my entire wallet. The fact that this is zippered provides like extra security to ensure that everything stays nice and secure, as well as the extra protection of the RFID blocking material. Below that is a stretchy mesh pocket, and it has like this nice like lip to kind of just ensure everything stays nice and secure. And you can kind of see there, it's got like a decent amount of space to it. I just appreciated the amount of like extra internal organization. And if it wasn't necessary, it sits pretty flush up against the wall, so it's not like it's not getting in the way. And then the rest of this compartment is basically just like a nice spacious area where I just have AirPods and a little mini fan. And so you can kind of see it can expand to fit, just about whatever I would say more like everyday essentials. I was able to fit like a small compact camera in here. I have a Ricoh GR3 that fit nicely in here, although it didn't necessarily fit with this and my wallet. So it does require like a little bit of planning, I would say. But this is like a really great amount of space to free up your pockets so you have everything nice and contained here, as opposed to having things spread out through like a couple different pockets. So there you have it, the tomtoc Aviator-T37 travel crossbody bag. Thanks for keeping it here at Packhacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.